Hi everyone, this is Dango. In this video, we are going to talk about how to do the Guild Crusade effectively in Illusion Connect. So Guild Crusade is actually very essential because it gives you the guild point for the contribution summon. And usually for all the free-to-play summons, the best summon is the contribution summon. Right, Heresy is very strong in Tencent's tournament, and she can be awakened. So you need a lot of copy of Heresy to actually be able to awaken her. So the other two free-to-play banners, I don't know, maybe I will just summon for fun. I have no idea how you can use Perenias in any content. Carrier is good, but she's just everywhere in all the selective banners, so even the free-to-play players usually can have a lot of carrier shards. So yeah, this is definitely the goal for you, and you definitely want to get as many copies as possible so that you can actually awaken Heresy. So let's then jump into how should you do Guild Crusade effectively. The first point is that you should try to coordinate with the other players from the guild. So what I mean by coordination is that you know what you like, when should you jump in, and you know what kind of team you need to clear a boss. For example, if here this is Hetero, this is an AoE character. So for any of the AoE character, no matter how strong he or she is, you need rage control because AoE character will be able to hit your leader. And after those characters hit a couple of their skills, then they will be able to almost one-shot your leader. So you really need to do the rage control for all the AoE characters and also for Kyria. So today, if I have already used my Miyuki here, I'm using my secondary team. I'm not going to start this match because I know I'm not going to do much here. I'm going to wait for the other members to jump in and they do their part, and then if there is 20% or 30% left, I should be able to jump in and finish it off. But I will not jump in using my secondary team without a reach control to just stand just be 20 or 30% with my secondary team. This is usually not very efficient. And the other thing you have to be very careful about is that before you jump in, a lot of players is going to adjust their team. So when you're adjusting your team, it usually costs you 2 or 3 minutes. And what happens is that after the adjustment, a lot of players just hit start the battle. And at the middle of their match, they see some information says XYZ player have already cleared stage, blah blah blah. So you realize, this is the stage I'm also clearing, so you messed up. Yeah, so to avoid that from happening, after you adjust your team and you're ready to go, just click on go back here. If others is fighting, you will see some a token, a battling token here that is suggesting other players are trying this stage at the same time. So you really want to double check before you jump in. So yeah, this is the other tricks for the coordination. So for my guild, I really don't have other coordination methods. We have been playing together for a very long time, so at the beginning it is very hard. But at this point, everyone know what they should do, and everyone know what they are capable of doing. So I really don't do much coordination besides just letting them know, you should double check and you should bring a rich control for these kind of AoE characters. So yeah, so here we have an AoE character, so we are going to bring the rich control. Just a quick notice that the characters that you put here will be the same sequence that they are going to show up in the combat. So for example, if I put this team here, Nicola, Mari, Miyuki, and Kazumi will be the first 4 characters that I can use at the beginning. So yeah, those will be according to the sequence. So I'm just putting Jiggy for the buff for my leader. I'm not going to use her, so I just put her last. So I'm never going to drop her. So a successful team to clear usually include a buffer for your team, which is Mari here. She's only level 1. You can double check. We can double check her. Yeah, you can see this is the CP here. So Mari is super behind. and she is actually here. So Mary here has like two ability in this team. First, it drops the overall energy to below 14, so you can activate the skill of the leader. Second, she is a buffer, so when you put Mary into the battlefield, the other characters on your hand will receive a buff that increases their damage. So this is a really strong buff. The other character that can do very similar thing is Penny here, and also Ares. Ares can actually increase the attack of your character, which is slightly different from Mary, so you can put them together. But usually in this case, because it's not, it's like stage 134, so it's not the hardest one. The hardest one usually ends with a 0 or 5. So 4 and 9 are the second hardest, but it's not that hard. So we are not going to use Iris in this case. We have Jiggy to get the team buff, and then we have the character that can increase the damage received. Yeah, so it's basically a buffer that buff your team by debuffing the opponent, which is going to be Nicola or Shiki. So usually I put them, like I put Nicola for one team and I put Shiki in the other team, because their buff are not, like their debuff to the boss are the same type. And they cannot be addictive. So usually you just need Nicola for one team and Shiki in the other team. Or you can use them both, but just really, like you have to know that Shiki's buff lasts for like 3 turns, and Nicola's buff only lasts for 1 turn. So there is a difference. So you can still use them both, but in this case, dropping on Shiki would be not really necessary, because I do think Nicola here should be enough. So those are the buffer and those are the rage control. So I have another rage control using the rage sword. So rage control can be 2 different parts. The first part is rage control by skill, in which Miyuki and Yumi can both decrease the rage of the boss. The second part is if you are using the weapon that can reduce the rage of the boss, you can also do rage control in that way. So in this case, I have my Yuffie here to using the rage control weapon, so she can also drop the rage of the boss. So this is how I put, and the other positions, the other spots are the damage dealers. So Pan is very strong damage dealers. I still use her. You should be using her as well. Everyone should be using her, because she's just so cheap to rise and she's so good in this Guild Crusade. Here is a character that you can put in the middle spot. We are going to talk about this a little later, but those will be your tank. You don't put any tank for your team, but you put those characters that can do the blood suck, either from their skill or from their weapons or accessories, so they can recover over time. Tank is not needed in this kind of mode. They will only slow you down. So this is basically how to build a team, and then let's just start getting started. So the sequence that I put in is a little bit different compared to some of the other top players, but I have my reasoning, so you can decide what to do for you. So here I usually put the rage control at the very beginning, because you can see those kind of boss actually have their rage up very fast. And then I usually wait a little bit to let my leader tanks a little bit. Second, I put Pan, because Pan's damage increased when you have more empty spots here. So second, I put Pan. I let my leader tank those attack, because when my leader is like tanking the attack, you can see his rage is actually increased faster. So the next character goes to Mary here, and she's going to get killed, which is fun. The next character I put in is going to be someone that can increase the damage of the opponent. And then I put my tank in, so you can see you always use the sniper leader in this mode, just because here the surprise attack is so strong. It increases the attack of all the ally units, and then they will do a normal attack to the opponent boss. And when Miyuki do the normal attack, you already can drop the reach. So I just drop the other units here. Sadly there's no crit. This is why I recommend people to use the crit gear for Kazumi in my video. A lot of people say you should use the Bloodstock, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of RNG in this game. I just want to get as much crit chance as possible, and you can see she can still not crit very well. Come on, it's still, yeah, this guy just cannot crit. Maybe I cannot finish because of that. So I don't really drop the other characters at this point because I didn't feel the need. Okay, so there is a one time for the boss to drop the AoE is still fine, but you don't want the second time. So maybe I can drop the Yuffie the next time when it gets very close. Yeah, the stage ends with a 4 or 9 is also pretty hard. So maybe we will not get a one-time player in this case. But you can see my leader can use 2 times of the skill because he was tanking the initial attacks. This is how he can land like 2 times of the skill. If you don't let your leader to tank all the attacks, maybe he will not be able to drop the 2 times of the skill. So yeah, so we basically did like 85% of the stage 134. Which is not the best, but also not terrible. Yeah, so yeah, this is already pretty hard. We already cleared the stage for like 150 2 times, so this stage has like 60% increase in the health point. So clearing it like 85% with one try, yeah, it's not the best, but it's pretty decent. So this is basically how I usually clear it. For your second team, yeah, for example, this stage only have like 15% left, so we can use a secondary team to finish off. Still, you need the reach control. In this case, it's going to be Yumi here, and then you have the damage increase. Shiki. Maybe I should have put Shiki together, and maybe I will have a chance to clear it by one try. But yeah, I was a little bit overconfident here. So those will be my secondary team, and I also put someone to buff my team. In this case, it's going to be Mari. So I still put Mari here. I put reach control there. Those are my damage dealers, and then I go back. No one is attacking, so I'm going to start here. So and still the same thing. In this case, Yumi's normal attack cannot really reduce the reach, so I just put the damage increase first. And then instead of dropping Mari or Penny here, I drop Yumi to do the reach control. And it's not as effective as the others, as Miyuki for sure. In this case, if you can have some weapon that can decrease the reach, it would be better as well. Okay, that's fun. So if I save Yuffie for the secondary team, it might be better. Too strong. Yeah, you really want to awaken her as soon as possible because she's very strong. So I was able to awaken her because you can see compared to the other currency, I don't have my guild point currency that many, just because I already summoned her like 2 copies of her already. So this is why I don't have a lot of currency stacked. We were able to clear the Crusade at rank 1 in the US2 server every week, so we're ahead of the other guild on the guild points. So everyone in my guild have like free 6-star Nicola, so that's very nice. Hopefully everyone in my guild will have the awakened Hersey as well. So yeah, hope this can be a little helpful on how to coordinate with your guildmate and how to beat the Guild Crusade effectively. So let me know if you have other tricks for this mode, or if you have any questions, and I will try to respond to your guys. I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.